photo out there, or one that was never supposed to surface. It's not grainy, it's not a rumor. It's a clean, clear shot, and it tells you everything you need to know. Zorhan Mandami, the left's rising star, their socialist savior for New York City, grinning, arm in arm with a man tied to the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, an unindicted co-conspirator. Let that sink in. That ain't just bad politics. That's a betrayal, dressed up in a cheap suit and a phony smile. You don't smile next to a man who helped plot mass murder on American soil unless deep down you admire the smoke, unless you see him not as a terrorist, but as an ally. The city didn't wait for the media to tell them how to feel. It didn't take long. Hours after the photo dropped, his own rally in Queens, a rally to defend another corrupt politician, turned into a damn stampede. The people he claimed to represent turned on him. Traitor, they shouted. Anti-Semite, they screamed. They saw the picture. They knew what it meant. And the socialist savior, the man who was supposed to lead the people, he ran. He ran like a rat from a flood, hustled off his own stage by a security detail that couldn't protect him from the truth. That wasn't just a protest. That wasn't just anger. That was justice with a pulse. You ever lose someone in 93? Or maybe in 2001, when they came back to finish the job? Do you remember the smell of the smoke? The dust in the air? Then you know exactly what that smile in that photo meant. It wasn't just a picture. It was a message. It said, my loyalties are not with you. It said, I choose them over you. That's not just a bad look for a mayoral candidate. That's a full-on slap in the face to every widow, every survivor, every firefighter who climbed those stairs, and every American who still bleeds red, white, and blue. He smiled with a man who had American blood on his hands. But the betrayal wasn't just in a photo. Then came the clip. The confession, live on national television, Mandami spelling out his grand vision for the city, and what was it? He'd shift the tax burden to, and I quote, richer, whiter neighborhoods. He said it with the same smug smile. That ain't a plan for reform. That's revenge wearing a tie. It's not economics, it's racism with a spreadsheet. It's the oldest trick in the book for a wannabe tyrant. Divide the people by race, by class, and then set them against each other. He didn't want to unite the city. He wanted to light the fuse. And if you thought that was just a slip of the tongue, Fox News found the receipts. 43 of them. 43 entries documenting Mandami's own votes, his proposed bills, his public speeches. It's a rap sheet, not a resume. Free public transit for people who refuse to work. Defund the cops while violent crime is hitting a 20-year high. Legalize sex work. And the big one, replace capitalism with socialist equity programs. This ain't leadership. This is a blueprint for sabotage, plain and simple. He wasn't trying to fix the city, he was trying to break it. And when you look at who he stands with, it all makes sense. He called pro-Hamas activists legitimate resistance. Let that sink in a city that still has scars from 9/11, a city with one of the largest Jewish populations on earth. He stood with them. He gave them cover. He legitimized their hate. In doing so, he stood against every American, every Israeli, and every decent human being who's ever buried a loved one in the name of their twisted tolerance. That ain't nuance. That's not complex. It's extremism wrapped in a press release and sold as compassion. Then it got worse. The mask slipped completely. Mandami went on record and pledged to arrest the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu if he ever set foot in New York City. And on what grounds? He cited international law, warrants from the International Criminal Court, a kangaroo court that we don't even recognize in this country. You hear that? A man running for mayor in New York City, pledging his allegiance not to the U.S. Constitution, but to unelected foreign courts in The Hague. That ain't progressism. That's treason in a tailored jacket. It's a quiet declaration that his loyalty is to a globalist agenda, not to the people of his own city. And what was the response from the so-called watchdogs? The media? Silence. Utter, deafening silence. CNN spun it as a minor disruption. MSNBC ducked it entirely for 2 days. They tried to bury it. But the people? Oh, the people showed up, not with orders from some political party. They came on their own. American flags in hand, homemade, signs reading, "No terror in our town." This wasn't left or right, this was America. Standing up with no script, no handlers, just raw truth pounding the pavement. It was the city fighting back. And that's when the real collapse started. This wasn't a political stumble, this was a complete system failure. The donors, the ones who write the checks and pull the strings, they bailed. Major campaign stops were canceled. His own staff, the true believers, started walking out, leaking to the press that the campaign was no longer viable. Mandami's social media accounts went dark, locked down. This wasn't just a scandal, and this was political self-destruction happening in real time. You lose the moral high ground, you lose the damn crowd. And Mandami's high ground? It's 6 feet under, buried next to his political career. But this ain't just about Zorhan Mandami. He's just a symptom. This is about the sickness that let a man like that rise in the first place. The terror ties, the race baiting, the open hatred for the very things that built this nation. The establishment, the media, they coddled him. They protected him. They called him the future. And he ran from his own rally, not chased by violence, but by a truth he could no longer escape. The people, they ain't backing down anymore. Not in New York, not in this country. You don't shake hands with the enemies of the Republic. You expose them, you erase them, and you never, ever let them back in. Truth caught up to Mandami. The next time, it'll catch up even faster. This has been Charles Bronson, and if you're sick of these cowards hiding behind globalist curtains, hit that subscribe, drop a comment, like the video, and share it. YouTube's shadow ban is real. They block us, they throttle us, they even hide your likes. People message us saying they can't even comment. That's why we need your help to beat the algorithm. Chris Dallas, Celebrity Recreations. We don't run, we reload. That's it for now. Hope you enjoy the show. Chris and Charles are out of here.